Welcome back to the deep dive. So, you came to us with this just incredible stack of source material that all centers on what was, without a doubt, the loudest and maybe most outlandish trade rumor of the entire season.
Oh, easily. This was the one that broke the internet for a day.
It really did. It felt less like basketball news and more like someone accidentally leaked, a Hollywood movie script.
That narrative, of course, is the big one. The hypothetical scenario of LeBron James finally uniting with Stephen Curry on the Golden State Warriors. And our mission today isn't just to talk about the fantasy of it all. It's to really analyze the harsh financial and strategic reality that's all laid out in your sources.
That's right, because the core conflict here is just so fascinating. You have this high-stakes, decade-in-the-making what if.
Right.
And then it gets just instantly, brutally annihilated by one of the most powerful people in the game. So for this deep dive, we're going to unpack the rumor itself, identify the person who shut it all down, and then really break down why the sources conclude the whole idea makes, and this is a quote, zero basketball sense.
We're pulling apart the logistics, the contracts, the future flexibility, all the stuff that dictates reality in the NBA and proves why some of these dream pairings, well, they just can't exist outside of a video game.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning, the genesis of this whole thing, the exact parameters of the rumored trade.
And this all started, it's important to note, from a place of pure speculation, an Instagram outlet, I believe the source said.
Right, which already tells you something.
Yeah.
And the proposal it was layered. It wasn't simple, which to me immediately signals, wishful thinking.
Absolutely.
The source material says that Golden State would only go after a LeBron James trade if they first managed to pull off another trade to get Anthony Davis. AD.
So wait, it's not even one blockbuster. It's a 2-star blockbuster just to even start the conversation.
Exactly. And only after they supposedly landed AD, the actual exchange for LeBron was, get this, a straight swap, trading Jimmy Butler for LeBron James.
Wow. Just trying to visualize that is insane. The Warriors getting both Davis and James, and it sounds like they wouldn't even have to give up their core assets to do it.
It's a fantasy.
It is, but this is where we have to, pause and just acknowledge the pull of that idea, because you, the listener, you get why this went viral instantly.
Oh, yeah.
The source material is spot on when it says a Curry-LeBron pairing. The two guys who basically defined the last decade of basketball,
A rivalry, yeah.
finally playing together, that would absolutely shatter ratings. It fulfills what they called a decade-long fantasy.
It's the ultimate narrative. Imagine seeing those two jerseys on the same side of the court. That kind of mythic quality is exactly what gave this rumor so much heat.
For sure. It's bigger than just a transaction, it's about history.
But as quickly as that fantasy took off, the business reality came crashing in. Okay, let's unpack this. We have to move from that glorious fantasy to the brutal reality check. Because this rumor's shelf life was, shorter than a timeout?
Not even. It dropped, it became a headline, and then it was just annihilated.
And the refutation, it didn't come from some team spokesperson or a quiet denial?
No. This came down like a sledgehammer from the one person who has the most say over LeBron's career right now.
His agent, Rich Paul.
Yep. And he was responding directly to the kind of stuff that fuels these fires, specifically a, quote, wild suggestion from Bill Simmons about the reunion.
And his response was it was perfect, decisive, and so memorable.
The best part is how dismissive it is. He showed zero patience for the whole media feeding frenzy. According to your source, his exact quote was,
I love this. Why don't we just play Duck, Duck, Goose?
Duck, Duck, Goose. That's it. That is the new gold standard for shutting down an absurd trade rumor. It's perfect. It truly is. And then he goes on, I don't like to get into that. It's not going to happen.
Stow and cold.
He just classified the whole thing as fantasy and basically asked why anyone was wasting time on things that aren't going to happen. For the people actually involved, this wasn't a rumor, it was just noise, a distraction.
Which brings us to the source's final conclusion. Pure pipe dream material. The excitement, the drama, the ratings, none of it matters when you're up against the cold, hard logistics of contracts and, player control. Here's where it gets really interesting. We're moving beyond the quote now and into the strategic breakdown your sources gave us. Why, specifically, does this whole thing make zero basketball sense?
Right.
And we have to look at this from, 4 different angles: the Warriors, the cost of AD, LeBron himself, and the Lakers.
Yeah, let's start with the Warriors side of it. From a pure asset management view, it makes no sense. The biggest, most glaring reason to not trade for LeBron now is his contract.
He's in the final year of his deal. He's an expiring contract.
Exactly. And the second a star like that becomes an expiring deal, his trade value plummets, at least for the team acquiring him. Why?
Because you can just wait.
You can just wait 6 months. If the Warriors are actually serious about this, the smart, the patient, the financially sound move is to just wait for free agency.
In July, they can try to sign him without giving up a single asset.
Precisely. Trading for him midseason means giving up real capital, whether it's Jimmy Butler, like in the rumor, or other players, for what is basically a 3-month rental. It's a terrible use of assets when you could potentially get him for free.
And the logic gets even wilder when you factor in the first step, the prerequisite.
Oh, the AD part.
The AD part. Before they can even think about LeBron, they have to get Anthony Davis. And your sources say the cost for him would be astronomical. They have to dismantle their whole future.
We're talking about shipping out Draymond Green.
The heart and soul of that
The
defense.
defensive and emotional anchor, yeah. Plus the rising star, Jonathan Kuminga, and probably a bunch of first-round draft picks.
So you're losing continuity, depth, and your future planning all in one move.
And let's just talk about the human cost there. Kuminga is their brightest young piece for the post-dynasty era.
For sure.
To trade him, along with Draymond, just to get 2 aging stars, both with pretty significant injury histories, that is a massive, massive organizational risk.
So the question for the listener is, right, is one potential championship with a very short, very expensive window worth completely torching your roster and your future for the next 10 years?
And the sources say an emphatic no. You'd be relying on 2 guys to stay healthy and play huge minutes, surrounded by who's G League talent because you've traded everything else away.
Okay, now let's shift to the man himself, LeBron James. He has the ultimate weapon here.
The no trade clause.
He controls his destiny, full stop.
What's fascinating here is really trying to analyze his motivation. I mean, why would he ever agree to waive that clause right now? Superstars only waive those to go to a guaranteed contender.
A team that gives them a much better shot at a ring than where they are now.
Right. And where are the Warriors right now? The source noted they were sitting at 17-15, an 8th seed.
A play-in team.
Exactly, a play-in team that just had to give up its defensive leader and its best young athlete just to get him. It makes 0 sense for his legacy.
He gains nothing by joining a team that's in the middle of a rebuild, mid-season.
And he loses control. If he waits, he can ride out the season in LA, keep all his power, and then pick his destination in the summer as a free agent.
Maximum flexibility. He can pressure the Lakers or just walk away to a team with all its assets still intact.
Trading now just limits his options and his leverage. It's a bad move for him.
Okay, finally, the Lakers. From their perspective, if they trade LeBron now, yeah, there's a PR hit, but the financial cost is even bigger. It completely cripples them for the offseason.
This is the hidden cost most fans don't see. If the Lakers just let LeBron's massive contract expire, they unlock a huge amount of cap space this summer.
And that space is everything. It's the key to rebuilding, to signing another star to pair with AD.
But if they trade him mid-season for, say, Jimmy Butler, they bring back another huge multi-year contract.
And that's it. Their free agency is dead before it starts.
Completely. They'd be handing that leverage to the Warriors and getting a good player back, but as the source bluntly says, one who doesn't move the needle enough to justify wrecking their entire financial future.
So their rebuilding timeline goes from, let's pivot in July to maybe in 2 years.
Right. A smart front office just wouldn't make that trade unless they were getting a massive haul of young players and picks, not an aging star who limits their flexibility. So when you look at it through that lens, it falls apart for everyone involved.
So what does this all mean? We started with this viral rumor that threw the league into a frenzy, and we end with the sober reality that NBA business is a game of strategy and patience, all dictated by the fine print.
And I think the synthesis here leaves us with 2 big lessons. First, it just shows the incredible speed and power that agents like Rich Paul have to shape a narrative and protect their client.
He killed it in one sentence.
He did. And second, it's just a powerful reminder that NBA reality is all about the financial logistics. Expiring contracts, no trade clauses, asset management.
Right.
Those forces always win out over even the most exciting fantasies.
Which brings up a final thought.
Yeah, building on that whole pipe dream idea. If the